So I've been doing a lot of BJJ lately, and this video is me jumping into a judo camp and what I'm experiencing in the judo camp and who's there. This video, you're gonna see a lot of mixed players. You're gonna have an Olympian here, you're gonna have black belts in judo, and also mixed colored belts here speaking. I think it's super important to learn from these people, because whether you do Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu or Judo, you guys could utilize this knowledge, use it in your martial arts.
All right, so who are you? What do you do? How long have you been doing judo, first off?
Judo on and off for, I think, about maybe 25 years in total.
And you're from Tenri? Can you explain, like...
I went to school and I trained in Tenri for 4 years. Training camp, I just wanted to get as many rounds in as I can to see where I am technically, see how my techniques are developing, and try to see which techniques are going to work for me from this point and forward to create a strategy for the upcoming nationals. So that's too close, bro. I know that there's a new style of teaching where you play games. It's called the ecological approach, and I felt that he's implemented that, and that's something that that's an idea that I've been playing with my mind too. So I expanded my mind with some of his training methods, and hopefully I could steal some of that to take to my school.
Guys, last day today, the training camp. Pretty excited, but sad at the same time. Learned a lot at this camp. We're gonna do some randori. How do you feel? I feel good.
Intense round.
I'm surprised with my performance. Okay, first round. I think the second tournament. Alex has tremendous Newaza. He's a double black belt under Laborio. So that would help me prepare for my training. He's also a Tenri competitor as well, from Mariyama and Ono School.
My name is Brian. I've been doing judo since I was 7 years old. I'm 34 now, so I don't want to list the years because that's just embarrassing on my age. It's my son Angel.
Angel, I've been doing judo since I was, I think, 6. So
he's 14 now. So.
Yeah, a lot of years, a lot of experience.
And what's one thing you guys like about this training camp?
Man, for me, it's good to see where you're at. It's a good transition when you're pretty much a coach Monday through Friday, you know, at your own dojo. You don't really get to train as much because you're busy teaching. So when you come here, you're like, okay, it's a good wake-up call. It's a good, like, refresher, like, okay, to get your groove back, kind of, you know. And here you get the experience with other national players and top elite players, and this is the perfect level of bettering your game for any competition or just yourself, man.
I generally agree. I really love the community here. The people here are like super nice to me. I asked them like to teach me some things, and they taught it really well. I think it was a really good learning experience here. Really good.
Good, good. And then I know you said that you're focusing on the veterans.
Yes, sir.
So like, what's one thing you could give other veterans that are training judo, maybe not competitively, but they want to train, but they're kind of worried about, you know, not getting hurt? Any tips you can give them?
Yeah, come out, enjoy, learn to fall, be relaxed. I know it's tougher when you're older, but you know, if you come in, you're not super stiff, you're just relaxed, and you're here to have fun. You can't go wrong with it. If you're here like, oh my God, I don't want to get beat up, then something's gonna go wrong, you know. I genuinely love judo. I'm here. I have the most fun out here, man. I promise you, I have so much fun out here that I might get bruised and stuff, but I love it, you know. So if it's a passion of yours and you just want to keep learning and keep growing and just, you know, for yourself, then keep coming out, you know. You're gonna get thrown, and that's the part of judo. You gotta learn to fall. You gotta be comfortable with falling. Like the sensei yesterday said, if you're not afraid of falling, that's when you can improve your game.
For sure. And what's one last thing you guys want to say to the audience back at home or that's watching? Anyone that's doing judo or jiu-jitsu?
Well, first and foremost, thank you, Sensei Chris Round. He's been nothing but friendly and like a great, like a brother to me, older brother to me, since I've met him a few years ago. And any event that he hosts, I will always come to support when I can. We got busy schedules, but it's all love for my people back home. As you're training, continue pushing. You got injuries, rest up, but you know, still come to the mat. You know, you got a lot of techniques to work on, and just don't give up. You know, don't give up.
That's good. Anything you want to say?
Love y'all back home. Today was super fun. I enjoyed it a lot. And I got beat up a lot, you know. That was a learning experience for me.
One thing I liked from you, Brian, is that, you know, today I was tired. I think yesterday I was tired too, but when I went with you, I felt like that passion. And I kind of fed from that passion from you. And that really motivated me on the mats, because yesterday and today I was just like dead. But when I felt like that aura from you, that really pushed me.
That means a lot. Thank you, bro.
All right. Thank you, guys. Good job.
Lefty, I'm probably gonna come here. This is what I want you to do. If she's a righty, if he's a righty, and we're here, I'm here. Okay? So you're working on identifying, who am I going against? Are they standing like a lefty? You're a lefty. Boom. We're killing the sleeve. Okay? Any questions?
I mean, just generally, right on left. Can you circle both ways, or are you circling?
If I'm a righty, she's a lefty, and I'm here.
Yeah, which way?
I'd be going to my right,
That's perfect.
so I can kill this. I want to be inside here. If I'm ever fighting a lefty fighter, I want to be inside their strong shoulder. So I done it like the first thing. Okay, we walk out, we bow, we're here. When someone stands like this, like you can assume I'm a righty. I'm gonna assume she's a lefty. Maybe there's like a one-off person who's like a switch. You know, they switch or whatever. Fine, whatever. I'm gonna take what's close to me. I'm not gonna reach all the way here and overextend myself on somebody. That's probably a lefty. I'm always gonna post inside the strong shoulder. But for right now, all I want you guys doing is focusing, identify which side's their strong side or what's close to you, take it, kill it, okay? If you get to here, you guys just go and reset. We'll do like probably 30-second rounds of this, and we'll switch a bunch of partners, okay? Any questions? Here we go, 1, 2. My name's Nefeli Papadakis. I'm a 2021 Olympian. I started judo when I was 4 years old, so it's been a huge part of my life, a big part, an important part of my life, really near and dear to my heart. I'm here at high noon, helping everyone get ready for senior nationals, and a couple of younger kids get ready for JOs and whatever junior nationals are coming up. So it's been really nice to kind of give back to the community and be out here.
That's good. And what are some things you're teaching the kids and the adults here?
I'm trying to really go over concepts so that as they move on in their careers, they can kind of keep those in the back of their mind and hopefully remember everything we did this past couple days. A lot of gripping stuff, a lot of small details that I hope help them and really make a difference in their judo and how they compete.
That's good. And how can you encourage jiu-jitsu people to come in and try judo?
Yeah, don't be a guard puller. No, but judo's super fun. It's always good to be well-rounded is what I think. You never know who you're going to go up against, so I think in jiu-jitsu being able to be confident on your feet and not be scared of like people trying to wrestle you is really important and can be a huge advantage when done right.
And what are some tips you could give female judokas who are kind of lacking the female community in judo? Any tips you could give them to train?
I mean, reach out, bring friends to train. You know, there's a community to build. We have some work to do there. That's one reason I really love teaching. I really love getting out to as many schools as I can to show not just the little girls, but like the ladies who start when they're adults, after school is over, after college, high school, whatever. You know, it's never too late to start judo. Get into it as soon as you can. You know?
Nice. And anything else you want to say for the camera, for your audience?
Just don't give up on your dreams, you know, work hard, live your life with no regrets, and go after what you want to do.
All right, thank you.
Of course.
How do you feel? Alex is a beast. He already had like what, 7 rounds? No breaks. I only had a couple. Alex was going easy on me.
My name's Grayson Zia. I've been doing judo since 2014, so a decade now. I originally started in 2008 with Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and then around 2014, that's when I just focused on judo because I noticed I didn't have any stand-up game and I wanted to build some strength. Not that you can't do that BJJ, but I just really got inspired by judo and watching the Olympics in 2012. So I knew I wanted to start competing in judo and just do something different. Now I do BJJ and judo. I started in Arizona at Ricky Dojo. Shout out to Ricky Dojo, Mesa, Arizona, Ricky Sensei. That's where I learned all my throws, and then a few years after that I moved back to the DMV area and trained at Georgetown University Judo. Rest in peace, they haven't come back since COVID, unfortunately. So since then I've been training at High Noon, Arlington Dojo, and Kyoto BJJ.
What is the challenges of being a judoka today?
Oh man, the first thing that comes to mind is funding. We all know the struggle. I didn't go as far as someone like Lakea did, but when it comes to competing, and training, just sacrifice, you know. If there's a will, there's a way. But I think U.S. is great in judo, but when it comes to funding, you know, I'm a broken record because you've probably heard it from all the other judoka, especially the high-level ones, not me, the Olympians, always mentioning the lack of funding, and I think that's a real issue. Unlike some other countries, to throw out some examples, France, Japan, of course. Could throw out a few other names, let's say Germany. A few of those, I think the athletes get a lot better funding. It is maybe more competitive, but there's an opportunity to make a living or something close to a living. I think in the US, we don't see that as much, unfortunately. So that's the first thing that comes to mind is funding.
And then what is one thing that you like so far from this training camp?
Oh man, just all the people I've gotten to meet here. Met some people from South Carolina, met some people from Hawaii, Lakea and some others, and some people from Texas. Just a great community here. Everyone's pushing each other and making each other grow. It's competitive, but in a friendly atmosphere. Chris just has great leadership. He's running a really good program here at High Noon. I think he's doing an incredible job of growing judo here on the East Coast. We really need this out here in the DMV area, and I think he's really pushing judo to the next level here in terms of growing the community. We need this, and I just haven't seen it until recently with this young energy from everybody here, and Chris, the program he's running here at High Noon, especially with all these clinics. He's having, you know, people like Lakea Vargas, he's having Nick Del Popolo, the Terrell brothers. Who else? Who am I missing? Of course, Ala Aladrisi. Nefeli. Throw out some other names. I don't want to miss anybody. Who else?
Grayson.
No. Nobody knows who I am. Let's throw out some other names. He's having Shintaro Higashi come at the end of the month, for example. J-Flow. You know, there are other schools who are doing this around the area, which is great, and I love to see that as well. I just want to see judo grow, but I haven't seen it as much as I'm seeing it here. And for how many people we have on the mat consistently here at these clinics with 2 sessions a day for a whole week and doing that more than once a year. I haven't seen that until now out here. So this is the place to be if you're around the East Coast or if you can make the trip.
And Super good, man. What are like what's one thing that you want to say? One last thing you want to say to the camera or to your audience?
Just you know, my mindset is just again focus on beautiful waza, beautiful technique. Focus on just always improving that technique, not just winning, because winning is great, and winning is how you progress and get into the rankings and get higher into the rankings and get your name out there and get closer to that Olympic dream if that is your dream. But also never neglect technique, never sacrifice technique. Always focus on the waza and representing judo well, showing the beauty of judo. Ultimately, that inspires people. The throws, the shime waza, the chokes, the kensetsu waza, the joint locks. Always focus on getting a beautiful technique, not just winning.
It's a really deep grip, right? I don't have a lot of space to grab in her armpit. I'm like T-Rex arms right now. So I would just grab in here, shimmy my shoulder out from underneath her, because she's gonna be trying to drop her elbow, keep me down. So I go out with my shoulder, pop it in, so I'm in like a proper.
I need to. I think that's what our calling is, bro. Right. Influencing.
How do you feel?
I feel good. The camp's been a good camp so far, and we got killers out here. Turn the camera around. We got a killer right here. Yeah, we're getting it.
When is your next competition?
Next competition is for Judo Senior Nationals. Next training camp, Jason Moore Judo Center, 3-day camp, early May. So we're hitting them. We're trying to win. Haven't won a medal in a minute.
Where are you from?
Colorado, Denver.
Nice. What are you training for?
I'm gonna say the U.S. Open.
Okay.
We'll see how that pans out.
Gotcha. What do you have to say to the audience here?
Do judo, throw a lot, get thrown a lot, make friends.
Any tips for heavyweights? Minus 100?
Work on your grips. Grips are everything.
What happened to the nose?
My face here, I just got mad burn and then just got a nosebleed.
I think grip fighting, if you really want to compete at any level, it's if you can outgrip people, you can probably beat them.
Well, thank you, man.
Thanks.
Awesome. All right, guys. We are done with day 2 of the training camp. I am super sore. My body, my shoulders, my legs, my neck. Really, really sore. But I completed it. Day 3 is tomorrow, 9 a.m. We've been having 4-hour practices a day. 2 hours in the morning, 2 hours at night. Today we did a lot of specific training. We did a lot of newaza, a lot of gripping from Nefeli, who is an Olympian from the 2020 Tokyo Olympics. So it's been really good. I got my friend Grayson here filming. So if you guys enjoyed this video, if you guys haven't, like and subscribe, comment below what you guys want.
Hi, the KSO. How was the clinic? We're on day 5, second session of day 5, right?
I feel good, guys. I'm surviving. I have my Vegeta rash guard on.
Let's see. Wait, I gotta come up here so I can see it. It's a nice rash guard. Where'd you get it? You gonna plug any website or anything?
I got it online. I'll drop the link below.
Okay. All right.
But I've trained. I haven't really skipped around here. You know, this training camp has been a real blessing for me. I'm part of the master's program, and Chris has really helped me with it, and just being my mentor and my guide as a coach. And without him, I wouldn't be here. So, you know, the training camp has been really good. I have training partners like the guy behind the camera and all these other people behind me right now. So it's been a blast.
And how does this training so far compare to the training you did when you were on the national team?
Definitely the national team was a lot harder, but this one has been more technical. It's been great to take my first step back on the mats. This is like one of the hardest trainings I have been doing in, I think, the last couple years. So it's been good. We did a lot of randori rounds today. Today's Friday. I got here on Sunday, and it was just nonstop from there.
Any comments on not just the clinic itself, but the program that Chris Round is running here at High Noon?
You know, Chris Round has been running this High Noon training facility, and he's been gathering a lot of camps, a lot of competitors training, you know, no egos, just training here. I've never felt like pretty much afraid to get thrown. I just felt super motivated to train every single day, every single round. He's been on top of me. He's been bringing people like Ala and Nefeli, who are great competitors internationally, and also coaches. So I've been blessed with Chris putting these clinics on.
When you head back to Florida, any takeaways, anything you plan to take with you back to Florida?
I would say more passion. When I came here, I had quite a lot of passion, but this end of the camp, when you have to push, everything is sore, everything is hurting. That's when heart really comes out, and I would have to say that when I come back to Florida, it's going to be more of a grind, and I'm going to just share the love of judo in the Florida community. Yeah.
Any other thoughts on the camp or takeaways?
I think one thing is judo community. As we say in Hawaiian, lahui. Lahui is community, or it is family or team in Hawaiian. And I'll have to say that, you know, with the judo here, it's very segregated. And not to be into a whole politics thing, but I would say if we just gathered as a country and united, we'll be strong. We used to be really strong in judo. Now everyone's doing jiu-jitsu, which is great. I'm a double black belt in BJJ, but I would have to say if we all got together as a judo family, you know, we'll become great again.
My name's Chris Round. I'm the program director for the judo program at High Noon Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. I run the High Noon Judo program. I'm a 4th degree black belt in judo. I'm a black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. I came up under Jimmy Pedro and also trained heavily with Roddy Ferguson, who gave me my black belt in BJJ. So this event was meant to do two things. One, it was to help bring some high-level judo to the area, and also overall prep people for the U.S. National Championships, as well as provide support for fellows for our nonprofit Masters, which stands for Martial Arts for Social Transformation, Equity, and Rights.
And what's one thing that you really liked about this training camp?
Everyone got a great attitude. Like, I was ecstatic about that. It's so easy for these training camps to turn into these slogs where you're like trying to convince people to be happy to be like alive. And everyone, so we had a really mixed group. We had people ranging from people who could be at the Olympics and the World Championships, all the way to like just green belts who flew in from Denver. And it was really awesome to be like, look, everyone showed up, everyone brought their A game, and everyone did everything they could. We had guys show up who, you know, they were older recreational players, but they got stuff out of it. So, you know, it can be really a challenge to do a multi-levels camp. Like, it really, it's an incredibly difficult thing to pull that off. And we managed to do it, and that made me really excited. And we did it. Nobody got a serious injury. Nobody, you know, we have no new holes in the wall. Like, I'm really excited about that. Like, it was a successful camp. I think that for folks who are doing the national championships in the next few weeks, you know, they're going to need another week or two of hard training, but I think people will be ready. I think they've gotten good information. Those, if they needed new information, they've gotten it far out ahead of time. They can implement it. So I'm just ecstatic. It's a wild success.
That's awesome. And you know, what's one thing that you could give someone that's watching right now that maybe wants to do the training camp but a little bit hesitant?
So here's the deal. Regardless, so I'm gonna do two things. One is a message to senseis out there who are putting out events like this. Understand that the adaptations you might make for a high-level athlete who's injured is not unlike the adaptations you might make to make sure that, hey, an older recreational player or a newbie might be able to make it through a camp like this. Like, the key is to be flexible and make sure that everyone doesn't be doing the same thing. but everyone's here for a workout, and everyone's here to have fun. So you can go ahead and take the time to design drills, design activities, or even split up the class. When you have 30 to 50 people on the mat, you can split up and have a few different groups going at different times, working on different things. So just outright, if you're a coach or a sensei and you're trying to think about how can I make this, it's very possible to do. That's one. Two. That said, someone who might be hesitant, look, just that, like, we're all about making this kind of experience as accessible as possible. You know, whether or not you're getting ready to compete internationally or you're trying to be local, as long as you've been doing judo for a month or two, you're going to be able to make it and get something out of it. I wouldn't recommend this as a day one experience. That would be, if this is a day one experience and you're not coming in with like a black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu or you wrestle or something and you make it all the way through, hats off, good for you. But like, I would, if you've been doing judo for a little while and you're okay with working hard and you stay in good communication with me about, hey, look, I can't do all 12,000 practices, but I can do a few of them and I can recommend where you go, you'll have a great experience. And also the money you put in towards it, it helps the nonprofit, it helps the program, it goes towards a good cause, all that fun stuff.
That's great. And is there anything else you want to say to the audience that is watching this? Any last words?
Hey, look, we're in Alexandria, Virginia. We're just outside of DC. Please come visit us. We're trying to do innovative things with our curriculum. We're trying to do innovative things with our approach to judo so that we can simultaneously make it a place where judo's for everybody, but we can also like bring up cool competitors and like give people awesome experiences. Last summer we had like 4 Olympians on the mat and people would just come to teach and help. We like to think that we're kind of a whistle while you work kind of place. You come here, you work hard, but you're smiling. So please come train with us here at High Noon Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and Judo.
I'm Justin Mata. I'm from South Carolina. I've been doing judo for 11 years. I would say on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm probably like a 9.5 out of 10. It's pretty bad, but like in a good way. We're getting stronger, smarter, stronger, faster. Our grips are getting better, right?
Wow.
Got a fatty.
So I know you do some BJJ, some wrestling, some judo. How has that helped you tie in with your game now?
Me as not just an athlete, but as a martial artist, I do force everything together. My wrestling, my judo, my jiu-jitsu, kind of like a J-Flow thing. He's a really big inspiration. Mixing things up and using anything to get somebody off balance. Anything to play with their mind for a second so I can think my second step.
And any last words you want to say? Any thoughts about the training camp? Any tips you want to give people back at home?
I would just say, hey, if you want to compete, if you want to get better, if you want to train, if you want to know anything about judo, come to High Noon. Come to High Noon, they'll take care of you. It's a really great atmosphere. Come out here and train, let's get better together. 1% every day, right? That's the goal.
Alright, come on, over here. Figure it out.
Tall people in the back.
We know which camera to look at.
Alright, 1, 2, and 3. I didn't do that right, sorry.
Hi guys, this is Ala Ledrisi, head instructor at Ledrisi Judo Academy in Philadelphia, and I am here at High Noon Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and Judo, and trying to be part of the seminar here, that being coached by Nefeli, me, and Chris. We're trying to grow the judo in the area, so that's why we're here. We're trying to help as much as we can. I'm trying to give my knowledge to the young generation and the people that still want to compete if they still want to get it, and that's my my mind into it. So it takes a village to build one athlete, right? And the philosophy is just to keep grinding, keep building, keep grinding, keep building, and try to grow judo all over the United States. So one person can't do a lot by himself. There's a lot of people that needs to be involved in the sports, and that's why we're giving our parts and we're waiting on other people to do their parts. That's all.
Nice. And tell us about like your history of judo, like your accomplishments, who you are as a competitor.
As a competitor, I used to compete for the Moroccan national team since 2002. From 2002 to 2014-15, I was multiple times national champion, African champion, top 10 in the world at one point. I was Olympic alternate in 2008, which means that's back in the days, you know, Olympic alternate in 2008. I made the qualification, by the way, and I get injured 2 months before the Olympics. Then I had to pull out from the Olympics.
For 60 kilos?
Yeah, for 60 kilo. Then 2012, I was amongst the top 22. I moved to the United States on April of 2011. So I had to drop off all my qualification. Still didn't go for it. So that's what, but I was top 22 on the world at that time. So on 2016, I tried to go back again and compete for Morocco. I had some setbacks with the Moroccan national team, so I decided to not really bother with that. Then summer of 2016, me and my wife, we did a trip to Japan, and I decided at the Olympics, watching the Olympics, I decided to give it a go back and represent the US team. I came back in 2017, fought nationals, I tore my groin, and I took bronze at nationals, and I was a very upsetting moment for me. So I was like, you know what? I was like literally down for that, and I was like, no, I'm not really like fit to go back to that. Then back on 2018 and won nationals with Lakia was in. Lakia was in the final.
I was second.
So that gives me a little bit of motivation. Came back, went Australia Open. I won a couple of fifth places all over. So I was like, you know what, this is giving me motivation, so I'm gonna keep going till 2021. 2019, COVID happened. I had a child. I had to stop, give up 2 spots for the World Championship and Pan Am, so I couldn't make weight. So you know what? I decided that this is not for me, and I was like part of like, hey, listen, this is not meant for everyone, you know. It's only 1% of the population that can make the Olympics. I've tried multiple times. It doesn't mean that doesn't dictate who I am. It's like I've been there, I've seen all, I've been all over the places, been all multiple world championship, multiple African championship, Pan Ams and all that. So it's kind of like, it's just a grind. Now I want to help the next generation to be what I can achieve, you know. So those are the things. So
what do you think, what are you doing in the judo community to reach the young kids, to reach that top level in the future for American judo?
So I have a different approach in terms of pushing the kids. I have a different philosophy. I don't really like pushing the kids. I try to have the kids to have fun and enjoy themselves. And when they become at a certain age, then it's kind of like a little twitch that you need to talk to these guys and be like, hey, listen, are you want to be a competitor or you want to be like a hobbyist? So that's the conversation that I have with my students. But until they reach a certain age, the age of like, what, 5 and between 5 till like, I'll say 15, I let the kids enjoy themselves because it's a grind. And that grind, it can't be like, enjoy yourself. When you're ready at 15, we can talk, we can have a conversation. And that conversation is gonna be like, okay, do you wanna be a competitor or you wanna just like be a hobbyist? There's nothing wrong with being a hobbyist in judo. It's just like, the mindset and the workload is going to change. Now, when you have a 15-year-old, he actually can't push. When you have a 12-year-old, he just wants to play. So let him play, enjoy the tournaments, enjoy what he wants to do. If it's for him, he's going to come back and fight on 15. Then that way, you're not going to grind him out. He's not going to be burned out because a lot of guys, they get burned out at the age of 19 because of all the competition. 19, 20, then they quit. And it's like, that's not my goal. My goal is to have these guys keep going and keep pushing through the years. I won nationals in the US at 33 years old. Some of the guys, when I was walking by and on the stairs, they're like, hey, Ala, you're gonna fight seniors or masters? And I looked at them and I'd be like, I don't know about that, right? You remember that? Okay,
yeah.
so
you're a strong senior.
Yeah, so it's that it's like just shows that like you can actually compete at any age. It doesn't matter. You compete in junior or senior. When you have a good foundation, when you have a good base, it doesn't matter your age. You just go in and fight because you have the love of fighting. But when you get grind out and you're 19, 20, 25, 26, you're like done. You're like, oh no, I've been through a lot. I've been through upsets, sit downs, breaking your mind. It's a lot of grind, on and on and on and on and on. And that's why I don't want my kids to be that part. I want them to enjoy their time, enjoy their judo, have fun, do a lot of other stuff. Judo is not just about competition. There is judo shiai, there's kata, there's a lot of other things that they can do. You can be an instructor, you can be just a helper, like helping the coaches and the sensei. So there's a lot of ways to help improve judo, and that's why I'm trying to do.
And what do you think the future of judo is in America?
I think there is a good amount of guys and kids that actually have a really good judo. They just need orientation. That's all. It's all about orientation. It's all about like where this kid's gonna go and how they're gonna do it, and also about funding. Funding is a very, a very big issue in the U.S. judo. So if there is an opportunity for USA Judo to change the funding criteria to fund kids that really like want to do this, I would like that to happen. Because
that'd be nice.
Yeah, that'd be nice because there's a lot of competitors, there's a lot of people, there's a lot of guys out there that they really like need some help to be seen outside, you know, and to be oriented. So this is what you need to do, this is what you don't need to do. Because what happens is putting a kid on a plane, making him go to a camp and just fight, go on a Pan American tour and just like fight guys and win a medal, it's not developing. It's not. Development takes stages. It's through the club. When you go to the club, you have like somebody that's gonna orient your orientation of like what you need to do in terms of camp, tournaments and things. So it's a strategy that you need to be put down to make sure that these guys gonna attend a certain level. So that's what it is.
What is the secret for longevity in judo? Now that you know you're out of their competition, right, and you're training maybe someone that's
not
in their 30s,
injured.
40s.
Not getting injured. Eating good, not cutting so much weight. You know, those are the big problem is again, I had that problem myself. I used to cut a lot of weight. And when I used to cut a lot of weight, I used to break very easy. I used to like, a person or a kid should not be worried about cutting weight. It should be worried about like fighting, that's it. Like it should be like, okay, any kid, well, I think I like the IGF knee rules a lot because given the opportunity of the 5%, I think that's a very smart way to go by. If you're above your 5%, you shouldn't be fighting at that weight, period. You stay in your 5%. If you train with your 5% and you compete at that way, you're actually gonna perform better. You're gonna be a better fighter and a better person. Because when you're like cutting so much weight, you're always moody, you're always not in the thing, you know. Even if you fight good, you're not gonna give it your 100%. You're always feeling that you're not at your 100%. There's very few people that can do that, like very few people. And those people are like, oh, I call them exceptional. Like they're like, you see a Mongolian shows in with like 77 kilos or 79 kilos and drop it in one day and just go and fight. That's an exception. That's very an exception. It's not like you can't do it, but also like they have a time limit. They don't stay in the circuit for many years. By the age of 26, they're already done. That's it. They won world championship, they won whatever, then that's it. They're like the goal, like they don't really have any other goals. They're like, okay, now we move into something else, you know? Yeah. But that's different. Like America doesn't have that. America has different type of of guys, different type of people.
Sounds good.
Answer?
That's good.
No more questions?
No more.
What?
Americans like to eat too much.
America loves to eat. I walk in at 60 kilo. I walked in at...
So in slow motion, I step, I turn and I'm ripping my arm out, and then she'll probably square up with me and then we go again. Does that make sense? Yes. So right here, she's going. I'm just getting out of the way and I'm trying to catch her armpit as I step through and I'm ripping this arm out. Okay? Make sense? One more time.
Would that hurt with the righty like at the same side? Still push.
Whichever way, so don't get so caught up in thinking of like, will it work with the righty or lefty? Just always keep your stance, react based off of their stance. If she's a righty, I'm fighting her like a right-sided player. She's a lefty, okay, do it on this side. I'm getting out of the way, I'm doing the same thing just on the other side. Yeah.
Can you only evade or do you have a chance to attack?
That's up to you. That's up to how, for me, I would never. For me, I would not wait for a girl that's like 5'10" and really strong to be down my back. I wouldn't do it. If that's your judo and you like lifting people and doing uranage and like sacrifice throws, whatever, sure. That's not my game, so I don't. If you get stuck here and she has the grip down your back, yeah, you're gonna have to figure something out.
When you're going around her.
Oh, well, go ahead. So I usually clear. They should square up with you, and then I usually just como soto or something. Sorry, I thought you meant when they're all the way. I'm like, anything else? Yes.
When do you rip your arm out?
As I'm stepping, as I'm pushing her, I'm pulling my arm out.
Is that just to square you, trying to get
That's
you
to get my sleeve back.
to get your sleeve in case she grabs it?
Yeah. Well, she has it.
Oh.
So she goes.
I see.
Okay. All right, you guys, let's just take turns. All right. 1, 2. Ooh, what a clap. That was a good one.
I'm Leah Fisher. I'm here to practice judo to help support all the current people that are trying to get better in their judo and to really just have fun with it. See all my friends that I haven't seen in ages because I haven't been doing a lot of judo lately.
That's good. And what's one thing that you really like about this camp that Chris put on?
I really liked all the grip fighting work that we were doing and the good explanations and the details of it, as opposed to just go get your grip, but like the real details that a lot of the instructors have been able to express.
That's good. And then here's a female judoka. Can you give any tips to any other female judokas that may be watching this? Any inspiration or mindset goals?
You just got to keep doing it. It's a lot. When you're working out with the guys, they're gonna be harder. They're gonna be stronger. You gotta persevere and throw them. And when you get an opportunity to work with other women, try to take it as much as you can, because women do move differently and train differently. So a lot of times, even if you're always losing to the guys, when it comes to competition time, you've got a much better shot of winning, because women they're different and they're easier. But the more you can train with women, the better off you're going to be. Try to find some partners. All you need is a couple.
And how long have you been doing judo?
So I started judo when I was a little kid, but I've probably been training consistently since about 2000, so like 25 years-ish.
And anything you want to say to the audience? Any last words?
Come do judo, get high level judo. It's good to sweat and a great workout, and everybody should do some judo. If nothing else, learn to fall.
Action.
Hi, my name is Brando Collins. I'm from Denver Judo, obviously out of Denver. I am an orange belt, and this camp is what I'm using to get ready for senior nationals, and it's been, quite frankly, amazing.
What do you like about this camp?
I think what I like most about the camp is the variety of people, abilities, and different approaches to a variety of different techniques that give a range of ideas and innovation to new things.
What are some things you're working on?
Gripping.
Gripping?
Yep, working on a lot of gripping, working on a lot of setups, and working on just generally honing specific techniques. Okay. So, and this place is great for it. I feel like I've definitely done that.
Nice.
More than that, honestly, but for a short clip, hey.
Anything else you want to say to the audience?
Come train here. It's a great place.
Thank you, man. I'm ready.
It won't be worse than my interview.
It won't be worse. Hi, my name is Madeline Solis. I train out of Eastside Dojo and High Noon Judo in Dallas and DC. Let's see, I've been doing judo for almost 4 years now. And I guess my next biggest goal is to win nationals in May. It's less than a month, so I'm super excited and super stoked to be able to go compete and compete for High Noon.
That's good. And then what do you like about this training camp right here?
Let's see, I guess there are a couple things. So first and foremost, it's the incredible team of coaches that Chris put together. You know, having Chris himself and the coaches here, but the Eldrissis, and then also Nefeli and Alyssa Zawak. So having them here has been super helpful, and I've gotten to learn a lot from people who've been doing this for a lot longer than me and who have competed way more than I have. So that's been great, getting to learn from them, getting to learn new techniques, things that I've never seen before, would have not thought to ever do. And then second, just the amount of people on the mat, especially bigger folks. So I'm 78 kilos. It's really hard to find training partners in the States, and Chris just managed to get in a lot of 70, 78 girls here, and so that's been a blast having the opportunity to train with them, because I really don't. Maybe in the US I get to do it once or twice a year, so this has been amazing.
And anything you want to say to the audience? Any last words?
Oh gosh.
Any tips?
Any tips? Let's see, I guess my biggest tip is just don't be afraid to fall. Don't be afraid to take those risks that you need to take in practice in order to learn. It can be very tempting, especially when you're fighting people in your division, to want to make everything like it's an official match and leave it all out there, but sometimes you've got to take those chances to learn those new tips and those new tricks and to figure out what's actually going to work. So I think being able to let your ego go and take those risks is a big part. Not being afraid to fail. Oh God. Just pretend we're talking? Okay, cool. I don't know. What do you want me to say?
I don't know. Mike from Denver. I'm here for the training camp. My whole club came out, or at least some of them, and it's great. It's a great opportunity. You get a ton of practice in. You get to work with a ton of different people that you've never met before, different body styles, different judo. It's been great. It's a really fun experience to come out and hang out with my team, meet a bunch of people, and just get a bunch of practices back to back to back. So it's been really great prep for nationals.
1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. And the other one. Ready.
It's recording?
It's recording.
Hey guys, so we're done at the training camp. Everything is finished. I want to say thank you, Chris Brown, for helping us, bringing out this training camp with Nefeli and Allah and Kristen. I think it's really good and it's important for us to all get together and train together. I really enjoy the training. I think one thing that I see is Chris is, gathering these training camps, and you don't really see that too much in America for judo. So I'm really taking advantage, and I'm really enjoying it as well. One thing that I've learned about this training camp is I would always want to try to throw someone as fast as possible, but I've been kind of grabbing a jiu-jitsu mindset about it, where like if you're stuck in a lasso spider guard, you have to enjoy the process of escaping and really towing and grinding that guy down. And that's what I've learned from this training camp is, yeah, you know, you could throw someone as fast as possible, but it's breaking those pieces away to get that right technique and the right timing. Prime example is like Maniyama or Ono. You know, they are very technical and they're gonna shoot in that right spot, but every little grip that they do, they're breaking it apart. So, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. If you guys like it, go ahead and comment below what you want next and subscribe.